The pirate's on her way. Security droids say she's armed, but she won't be trouble.
Let's hope not. Here she is now.
I'll go tell the boss.
This is Carol's. Tell the throne room that the Blades arrived. When Nemro shows, stay at least 5 meters back and don't come up unless you're called. One wrong move, and you're a pile of ash.
You worried I'm gonna cause trouble?
Just going over the rules. You've got a reputation, and we don't want any problems. Allow me to present Nemro the Hutt, the illustrious crime king of Jaguna.
Kutsinanchie Jatomi Ma Techu Gadwachine Boiga Manulia Opa Kisa Spita Perupa Dodi Buna Buna Manchika Bog Nonis Nemo.
Vast treasures plundered from worlds in every sector in the galaxy. All for you, Great Nemro.
Kapatonga Chisa Bijawongi Chikatoko.
Not bad. Nemro, the idols here are real Orodium. The cloth looks like...
Manama Asha Bijo Kipuna Malituta Odmishka Kabano Tasema Ki Obaki Wata Bangi Danko Batoga Wata.
I'm very grateful. You've got quite a place here.
Haiji Banada Kuba Jiji Goting Noli Makichisa.
Kikuna mo. Uban chone alipa. Istin koto.
Konjuta Kasu Yali Koira Tokanti Kong.
Looks like your audience with Nemro is over. You'll have to forgive the interruption. I've been working for that Hutt since he killed my gang when I was 13. Trust me, you can't talk to him when he's like this.
Seems like your boss has some temper. Why stay with him?
Because Nemro's got power and smarts, along with his temper. I like things a little more orderly than he does, but I don't complain. We're having trouble with the Fathra clan, and it's getting to all of us. Fathra's out of line, but the Hutt cartel hasn't bothered to interfere.
So it's a business dispute. What are you feuding over?
Everything. The mines, the factories, the slaving operations. Now look, I need to work up new plans with security, and keep an eye on Tothlesian to keep him from suggesting anything stupid. In the meantime, you're a guest, and you've got our permission to do business here. You got the run of the palace, so I'll see you around.
Slow down, Blade. Stay with me a while. We haven't had the chance to talk. I'm Kaliyo. Nemro puts me in charge of the good stuff. His guns, his troops, the safety of his little palace. You can spare some time for me, right?
I have a minute. What can I do for you?
So sweet and so polite. And here I figured you'd be eager to head back outside, blow the heads off a few locals. You've got a nasty reputation, you know. I can't help wondering, why would the Red Blade finally visit the House of Nemro?
You've given it thought. Why don't you tell me?
I think you want what everyone wants. Money, power, maybe stir things up a little. I like to think you'll be trouble, Blade. You'll be bloodthirsty, treacherous. Because I could enjoy keeping an eye on a bloodthirsty, treacherous pirate.
You got a strange idea of fun, lady.
I get bored easily. Even Hutt perversions get old after a while. If you are trouble, take your time. I'd hate to stick a blaster to your head or a slave collar around your neck before I've seen everything you can do. That's all I wanted to say. You can go now.
It's been a pleasure, Kaliyo.
Of course it has.
The operation is proceeding well, Agent. Thanks to your intervention, Carol's Jarvis will once again have Nemro's ear. I took note of your meeting with Nemero Security Chief Kaliyo. You handled yourself well. Still be on your guard. We've identified her as a freelance assassin, enforcer, and anarchist. She's been attached to a dozen employers in half as many years, using several different aliases.
What's she doing with Nemero?
Unknown. In all likelihood, she needed the credits. And if she truly has no loyalty to the Hutt, we may be able to use her in the future.
You'll get the gory details after I report to Nemero. Figure you can wait that long?
Looks like I'll have to. But you don't get...
Blade, nice you decided to come by, but I was just telling Carols I can't stay. I know you understand.
That girl's a handful. But she's good at what she does, I'll give her that.
What does she do exactly? Besides swagger and carry a blaster.
Officially, she's Nemero's chief enforcer. Truth is, most of the troops are terrified of her, so she keeps our people in line more than Fathra's. Anyways, I'm glad you're here. But those explosions in the rust yards, you wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
I took out Father's mining operations. I heard they were giving you trouble.
I thought you might have something to do with it. Good work, Blade. Good work. I like a person who takes initiative. With Fathra's mines broke down, we can increase production. Fathra will want revenge, of course, but we'll be ready. Look, I have something for you. You'll like it. I'll send it to your room. You done good work for us. You deserve more than credits.
Come on, Lunti, we don't have time to waste here. Too late. Hey there, you must be the Blade.
You want to explain why you were in my room?
Well, we were paid pretty well, for starters. Lunti here was installing a listening device before you interrupted. Someone wanted to know what you were up to, but I guess that plan's off now.
You've made a mistake. You don't know who you're up against.
See? And here I thought you were the Red Blade. Now get your guns out, folks.
I understand Nemero's Schwarz gas production is back on schedule, Agent. Excellent work. Keep it up and Darth Jadis may loosen his grip on operations. However, I'm afraid unforeseen circumstances have caused a problem.
You mean the people who broke into my room?
No, that's a separate matter, and one I advise you to watch closely. But it isn't what concerns me now. 3 days ago, Carlos Jarvis's sons encountered a Sith apprentice in Imperial space. A dispute broke out. One son died and the other was crippled. When Carlos hears that a Sith slaughtered his child, his sympathy for the Empire will evaporate. We can no longer use him to get to Nemero.
This is an intelligence project. Sith shouldn't be interfering in our work.
The Sith do what they will. We don't control them and we don't pass judgment on them. That doesn't mean they're right, or that we obey them without question, but we phrase those questions carefully. We bide our time. Now, I have a plan to solve our present dilemma, but first we need Carols out of the way.
You're asking me to kill Carols?
It's unfortunate, but it's the only way to proceed. I'm sending you an interference program on a computer spike. Go to Carols' suites in the palace. Activate the spike to black out his security monitors. You'll be able to eliminate Carols and his bodyguards without being seen. When Nemero's people investigate, they'll recognize the jamming program as Republic technology.
So we frame the Republic for the murder of Carols Jarvis. Why?
One step at a time, Agent. Tothlishan, Nemero's Twi'lek advisor, already expects Fathra to seek revenge for the destruction of his mines. Our job is to show that the Republic helped Fathra kill Carols. Once Carols is gone, speak to Tothlishan about his suspicions. As Carols' friend, you'll promise to do whatever it takes to find the assassins.
Is that right? How am I going to find the real killer?
For now, get to Carols' suites and use the computer spike. We'll discuss more once Carols is eliminated and Tothlishan's suspicions have been aroused. Keep her out.
What's going on here? You thought you'd just go and switch sides? Damn you!
I'm sorry, Carols. It's nothing personal.
I don't understand. I helped you. I trusted you. We had a bond. And now you murder my men? Wave a weapon in my face? But I guess that doesn't matter much, so let's go. You and me, Blade. The young punk against the old gang leader.
There is another way for this to end. Flee, Hutta, and you can live.
You're offering me mercy? Oh, your timing's bad. I could use a fight right now. I just got word that my boys are dead, Blade. Some Imperial piece of filth killed them for refusing to bow and scrape.
You're wrong. One is dead, but the other is only crippled.
How could you know that? How? I get it. Kill one, take the other hostage. Just make sure Carol's Djannis cooperates, right? You slime. What is it you want from me?
You're gonna leave Hutta, Carols. Take the next flight off-planet and don't come back. You do that, and we'll leave your son alive.
Damn you! If I'd have known what you were, I'd never let you inside the palace. I'll go. Not a word to Nimro. With what you've done in here, they'll probably think I was disintegrated.
Wherever you go, I'll be watching you. Now get moving.
You've made your point. You won't hear from me again. Goodbye, Blade.
So, this is where you've been hiding. Nice. Is the blood on the floor fresh, or did that come with the room?
Why do people keep breaking into my room?
I can't speak for anyone else, but I thought it would be nice to talk privately. You've been all over town racking up quite a body count. And I know what you did to Carol's. You're after something bigger than Emerald. I'm not sure what, and I'm not sure why. But I want in on it.
Fine. I'm sure we can work something out.
I knew we could get along. So where do we start?
Allow me to respond to that.
What's this now?
We know who you are, Kaliyo Djannis, and we are willing to offer you a deal. I am Keeper. I represent Imperial Intelligence, as does my Operative. We are aware of your activities on Ratatak, Ord Mantell, and Brental's Fall, as well as your affiliations. Your skills could prove useful, and we are willing to offer you a place in our ranks. You would become a very well-paid servant of the Empire.
I've heard worse propositions. What do you think, Agent? You want me on your side?
You could be an asset to us. I won't object.
I was looking to trade up anyway. And I'm guessing I can ride you a ways before you break. Count me in. But call me a servant of the Empire again, and I'll bust your face.
Charming. We'll discuss the details later. As for you, Agent, Tarthalion is convinced that Vathra the Hutt is a major threat to business. Well done. Now we must bring Tarthalion proof that Vathra has support from the Republic. The first step is to obtain a holodisk from Vathra's palace. The disk contains holo recordings of all Vathra's dealings. The Hutt is too paranoid for his own good. You'll have to break into his archives to get it.
It'll mean lifting security codes off the palace overseers. Like you said, paranoid Hutt.
Noted. Once you reach the archives, use this computer spike on the holodisk. It will be altered to show Vathra meeting with Republic officers. Then bring the forgery to Tarthalion.
Forging evidence is risky business, Keeper.
We have decided that the risk is acceptable. With Tarthalion convinced that his enemies are allied with the Galactic Republic, have no doubt. He will turn to us for help. We are in the endgame. Kaliyo will accompany you on this mission and will act under your command.
Last time I went to Vathra's palace, I had so many adrenals in my system I was coming down for a week. This should be entertaining.
Malam biamgin, hamgam nea be kabrakawa. Manala yang perlu, amka kalami naya kira nubua.
Hello, Non. What brings you down here? Vathra finally ordered you to check out the shooting?
Nulilak apa jam kamgram, amka nem nang nemua inuk. Kali ruma, mereka baka lebik ruma.
I like that about you, Non. You only bet on a sure thing.
Naya memgem kaligam, gegwa nam karek naya memak.
I take it you two know each other?
Non wanted me for himself when I got to Hutta. He couldn't afford me.
Laporam amka, mamni nigag, nagnaya mamni kamgram.
I've already marched across the swamps, fought Fathra's army of thugs, and invaded your palace. You really think you can stop me now?
Ninyap nam naji, hirok piko kamper kamnam? Mam nilebek bak manuk, meraka najaki namabamyak.
Aren't you forgetting something, Non? Seems like you're getting off light. And there was that game of Pazak we never finished.
Mem ilik meraka, nayanaram, kam kalu amikmanik.
No deal. I can't let you walk away.
Ripok nane kari meriaka, akamja lebek memarik.
That's it then. Better hope your boss knows how to make a convincing forgery. Of course, there's going to be a bloodbath once Nemro and Tolfagen see what's on the disc.
How do you know what's on the holodisc?
All I know is what your keeper told us. But I'm not stupid. If that disc really names all of Fathra's business partners, it probably identifies half the people in Jaguna. Merchants, gangsters, debtors, the usual scum. When Nemro gets a hold of it, he'll want revenge on anyone who dared to go to Fathra behind his back. There'll be bodies clogging the gutters for weeks.
What are you up to, Kaliyo? I wouldn't think you'd care what Nemro does.
I don't, but I thought you might. If you're feeling queasy, you could always erase the extra data and scratch up the disk. Make it look like only the doctored recording miraculously survived the damage. So, we deliver Keeper's forgery without the real data. Nemro doesn't get his revenge spree. The risk is that Tolfagen figures out you erased the good stuff.
I'm not endangering the mission to protect the lowlives of Hutta.
Aw, aren't we dedicated? I knew I'd learn something about you on this mission. Now let's get that thing to Tolfagen and see what happens. Hello, Tolfagen. The Red Blade claims to have something to show you.
Manchi do ti puna puna, kabuk nuni slemo. Mokili mo clunky, nik mi chawa wermo.
I stole these recordings from Fathra's palace. Take a look.
Poya toka changa goptula do bata wana wanki. Pliska taka, yayoska ukle yuga chesko pukuta.
Nakmanoya choski nawi kuchuzu, yo mata chitoya. Kapatonga, chisa bijawongi chikatoko.
You'll need help to stay competitive. But the Republic does have enemies. They might be useful.
Mi pikasa na shura. Va fapaji, wanda humpa, murira bampabura.
Imache, churon chica jiliska chanaga.
Chiliska tananga ime chaijo, ronchika.
A pleasure doing business with you, mighty Nemro.
Chiholagupa, aitutamishka.
Dobata jimoa tusawa, mikuna posta morulia.
Chipawa doloda muma.
The deed is done, Agent. Nemro is already contacting Imperial embassies looking to establish relations. He'll be eating out of our hands within the month. In the short term, our chemical and stimulant stockpiles will nearly double. In the long term, we're a step closer to bringing all of Hutta under Imperial control. I'll make my full report to Darth Jadis shortly. I expect he'll be very pleased with our work.
Assuming he's satisfied, does that mean Jadis will leave Imperial Intelligence alone?
I wouldn't assume anything at this juncture. Besides which, that isn't your concern. Your mission is now complete. There's a shuttle waiting for you in Jaguna. It will take you to Drummond Cast. Once you've arrived on planet, report to Imperial Intelligence headquarters in the Citadel. I'll debrief you there.
Acknowledged and understood.
Kaliyo, you will also report to Drummond Cast. I assume Nemro won't be surprised by your sudden disappearance.
He'll be hurt, but no one will be surprised that I left with the blade.
And he's certainly not the first employer you've walked out on. In any case, I'll expect to see both of you soon.
Hold on. Who else has Kaliyo betrayed?
This isn't the time or place for that, Agent. Report to the shuttle as soon as possible. Keep her out.
Think the Hutta smell is off my boots. Should have kicked in more faces while it lasted.
All that time in the swamp. Tell me you don't want to go home. Keep Nemro company.
If I get the urge to see the Hut, it'll take me back. In the meantime, though, you and me against the galaxy. It's gonna be fun. All blasters and girl talk.
You shoot high, I'll shoot low.
That's the spirit. Let's get moving. Surprises me how clean you people keep your spaceports. If this were Hutta, I'd be scraping alien gunk off my boots. Of course, if this were Hutta, I couldn't be thrown into prison for spitting the wrong way. So come on, Agent. You're going to welcome me here to the Imperial homeworld?
I'm surprised you've never been here before.
I avoid Imperial space. I want to die in a cantina fight, not ticking off some bureaucrat. Anyway, let's head down to the city. Keeper wanted us to see the Citadel. I'm guessing it won't be hard to find.
Don't worry. This should be fun.
Now let's go meet your bosses.
Come in, Agent. Let's talk. Kaliyo, wait outside, please. One of the Watchers will handle your debriefing.
We need to talk about my terms.
I promise you'll be well compensated. You can discuss the details with the Watcher.
If you say so. You two have a good time.
So, I've been reviewing the report of your activities on Hutta. You were busier than I'd expected.
Is that a problem, sir?
That's what I'd like to figure out. You're extremely effective in your mission. However, you took unnecessary risks in order to avoid violence. You are soft, Agent. There's no room for inefficiency here. We're not on missions of mercy, so I need to know, why did you join Imperial Intelligence?
I joined to serve the Empire and its people.
Idealistic sentiments. A pity in some ways. You may find yourself disappointed. This isn't glamorous work. We're sanitation workers. We clean up after the military and the Sith and do the jobs no one else will. Without us, though, the Empire falls apart. So we do whatever is necessary, even if it's thankless and ugly. You understand?
With respect, that's your view, not mine.
Think about it, Agent. For your own good. Now, as to your next assignment. One of the mandates of our organization is to eliminate dissidents and terrorists within the Empire. We've located one cell of radicals here in the capital working toward the violent overthrow of our government. We must know precisely what these terrorists plan.
I assume this is the task Darth Jadis mentioned?
Although Darth Jadis has expressed concern over the cell's activities, your orders come from me. We've intercepted chatter suggesting the radicals are planning a major attack soon, but we've only identified a handful of cell members. You will investigate the cell and obtain its plans. You'll have 2 operatives assisting you and full support from the Citadel.
Kaliyo and I worked well together on Hutta. I'd like to use her again.
I think that can be arranged. Watcher 2, please come to my office. Bring Kaliyo Djannis with you.
Watcher 2, huh? That's a pretty name. Is it Twi'lek?
It's basic. Unlike many civilizations, the Empire teaches its children how to count. Watcher 2 reporting, sir.
Kaliyo will be your aide in the field. She'll report to you and take your orders, since you seem able to handle her.
I'm making you look good, Agent. You should be grateful.
Meanwhile, Watcher 2 will be your liaison to base. She'll stay in contact remotely and provide you with mission details.
I monitored the operation on Hutta. Very impressive. I look forward to working with you.
I'm sure we'll get along fine. So what do you do here?
I analyze, I watch, I try to live up to my title.
Watcher 2 is one of our finest analysts, a success from the government eugenics programs. Her brain is faster than most computers.
Our primary lead on the radicals is at the site of a slave rebellion beyond Kars City. You've been outfitted with all necessary equipment already. Once you're in the field, signal me via holocommunicator and I'll brief you in full.
You said I'm heading into a slave rebellion.
We have troops cordoning off the area, but you should still be on your guard. We'll talk more on site.
Remember, you're not undercover. Identify yourself as an intelligence officer if you need to, and use the fear that it creates. You're on Imperial soil now, Agent. Welcome home.
So we're clear. Imperial rations are nasty, and I lived on grubs and 2-credit wine for a year. They raise you on those things. No wonder you're a bunch of stiffs.
You make it sound like you don't like the Imperial lifestyle.
Only time I kneel is to puke in the refresher. Here's what I don't get. You got a little brass, you got a little style. You're not totally one of them. But you still play keeper's pet. Shoot all the right people when you could work for... whoever.
I could point out that goes for you as well.
You mean you could avoid the question? Me? I'm in long enough to lay low, pick up some cash, sort out some personal stuff you guys can help with. Then I'm gone.
Who knows? I show you a good time. You might change your mind.
You're fun, Agent, but you're not that fun.
You said you wanted to talk.
What? Oh, yeah, sorry. No idea what I was gonna say. Been distracted. Thinking about home.
You miss your family and a cozy bed.
Said I was thinking. Didn't say I missed it. Life was miserable on Ratatak. Backwards people living in caves. Big on tribal blood feuds. Almost got stoned to death when I was 12. That's when I knew I had to get out.
You're going to have to explain that. When you say stoned...
Rocks, fist-size, thrown at me. My dad was from a cursed family, which is basically tribal propaganda for we want your land. Some great-grandfather of mine was a warlord. Conquer a few tribes and you're a cannibal demon of the summit.
Being a cannibal demon's descendant couldn't be easy.
Like I said, stonings. No way was I staying planetside. I hitched a ride on a spice trafficker ship. Figured the big, civilized galaxy would have a place for me. I thought I was gonna get accepted. I had to get tough.
This spice dealer, did he help you do that?
Not him. Other friends mostly. I don't want to bore you. But it's nice talking like this. We should do it again. You smell burnt flesh? That's my fingers. Gun overheated in the last fight. So, all that one-shot kill stuff you do, where'd you learn it?
It was part of my training. I can show you exercises if you like.
Yeah, I like getting off more than a round a minute. I learned to shoot with a friend of mine. First year out of Ratatak, I was a mess. Me and Anspi'shel hooked up on a tramp freighter. She was running too. We stole a holdout blaster and shared it.
You said her name was Anspi'shel.
Twi'lek name. Think they say it easier. She had gang connections, so one time we were raiding the ship's cargo bay, planning to sell whatever we get. Turns out it was an exchange ship, syndicate stuff. We've just pried open the storage crates when we figure it out. We're dead meat, right?
They must have had quite a reputation.
You cross the exchange, they track you down and cut you up. Best we can figure, I torch the place while Ampsby grabs a dock worker. Then we sit and wait for the exchange. Enforcers finally show. We blame the dock worker and say we came to stop him. Prove our exchange material. They bought it.
Risky, but I guess it paid off.
Best kind of risk. Anspi'shel ended up worse off later, but it was great for me. She was fun. We ever run into her, we should get together. Time of the century. Agent, we need to talk. I just heard from headquarters. Keeper finally came through on a promise he made when I joined up.
I'm not sure why that's cause for complaint.
Turns out they took a little long. I asked you guys to find Anspi'shel, old friend of mine. I told you about her. We hooked up after I left Ratatak. Last time I saw her, she saved my life and got me to Hutta. I owe her big. Now she's in trouble.
You said she saved your life?
On Ord Mantell. I messed up and she covered my tracks. She crossed some exchange buddies on Nar Shaddaa. Report didn't give details, but I can guess how it went down. I'm gonna head over, kill the exchange, and save the girl. You should come with.
You want my help? You've got it. Let's go.
Good choice. And so you know, we do this right, I've got a surprise plan for us. Make me look good. think that's most of the gang. Hey, Ansp, get out here.
You're rescuing me? What am I, your princess?
If you were a princess, you might be worth something.
Shut up and toss me a gun. Who's your friend?
I stole Kaliyo from Nemro the Hutt. We've been together ever since.
Nemro, huh? How long were you with him?
Long enough.
You guys timed it good. By the way, they were gonna hang me to broil on a holosign. You got a way off-world?
Grab your stuff and meet us at the spaceport. I can get you a ride.
Your friend has spirit. Something to admire.
She's not very bright, though. Remember I said I had a surprise for you? There's a bounty on Anspi'shel. We saved her, we own her, now we're gonna sell her.
We came here to rescue her. You told me she saved your life.
She did. You want to know how? She stuffed me in a box and shipped me to Hutta. I spent 12 weeks in muck working for a chem farmer. She humiliated me. I owe her for that, too.
Next time you want a favor, give me the full story first.
You don't have to do anything. I'll handle it. And you get half the money. She'll be waiting in the hangar either way. Think about it. Hey, you made it all right.
Yeah. Ran into one of Zenjo's guys. Left him a scar, but he's still breathing, so a ride sounds good right now.
Give me 20 minutes, I'll set you up. Keep her company. I'll be back soon.
I really do appreciate the help, but... Can I ask you something?
Ask anything you want.
Okay, this'll sound odd, but what did Kaliyo say about us? She tell you we've known each other for years? Met after she left her homeworld? Big, long sob story?
She told me. Even then, it didn't ring true.
She's a habitual liar. I knew her for 6 months, and she'd been on her own forever. I don't even know where she's really from. So I have to wonder, is she really here to help? Or am I in even worse trouble?
I suggest you get off-world, and don't let Kaliyo find you.
Guess that's my answer. I owe you one.
So where is she? I've got a bounty hunter waiting.
I wasn't going to let you sell her.
You let her go? That's not your call. Now she's out there and she thinks she's better than me. What were you thinking?
You bring me out here on a rescue mission, then you tell me we're selling a woman to bounty hunters.
Fine, Agent. Next time I won't ask. So remember how I was going to sell Anspi'shel to a bounty hunter and you let her go? I hope it was worth it. Finally convinced the buyer we weren't trying to scam him. You and Anspi talk much when you were together? Swap stories about the old days? Gossip about me?
She said you were a habitual liar, and that you'd only met in the past year.
Yeah, figures she'd say something like that. She's kind of crazy. Whole thing got me thinking, though. I've had a lot of partners over the years. Her, Nemro. Guy named Rholl used to hijack Republic supply ships. He had money, he had brass. How you think you measure up?
Hijacking Republic ships is only exciting the first time. I give you variety.
Huh. Okay, I guess that explains one. Still, seems weird that with all the nasty, smart, rich people I've been with, I ended up with you.
We all need a break from the high life sometimes.
I'm just joking, Agent. Joking. Get used to it. If you can guess who's been talking to Nemro the Hutt, you owe me a drink.
From your tone, I'd say I'm looking at her.
Bingo. If you don't have a bottle on you, I'll take my prize in cash. Me and the Crime King were wrapping up some old business, long story. But he let slip something interesting. Remember Yjal, my arms dealer come stalker? He's been touching base with a lot of guys I used to work with, Nemro included.
Why were you talking to the Hutt exactly?
Don't get all possessive. Here's the point. Now that Yjal's tipped his hand, some of my other ex-partners, the ones with grudges, they figure they need to hit me before Yjal does. We're talking people who should have moved on years ago. Guess I left a mark.
You do have a way with people. What should we expect?
I'm not gonna make a list, but First example who comes to mind, card shark named Tigal. Not a lot of guts, but he was rich and cute. We lived the high life until I broke his heart. Bet he'll hire some sleazebag to find me.
Tigal, card shark. Any other names?
Told you about Yjal, Rholl. Nemro and I are good. I'll let you know if anything else turns up. We might actually have to do something about this. All right, we've got a problem. I told you about my ex-partners, how they decided to come after me. Well, that's fine. I can deal with that. What's not fine is when random freaking bounty hunters come after me because they smell a trend.
Who's coming after you, Kaliyo?
Guy's called the Menace. Never worked with him, never dated him, never heard of him. He's tracking me down. Apparently got a rep as a duelist. Probably wants to auction me to anyone with a grudge.
Do we know his hunting style? Hangouts? Long-term clients?
No, no, and no. Figure he can't be that good if I haven't heard about him, right? Look, we need to do something. Get a little aggressive. You in?
Tell me what you need, and you've got it.
Not totally sure yet, but I'll let you know when I've got a plan. You and me. We're gonna get these people. Hey, so I've got credits and a couple of free hours. You want to find a cantina, have a few drinks, start a few fights?
Are you planning to cause trouble? Or just expecting the worst?
Little of both. Figure we can get to know each other. Besides, I need a wingman.
I should warn you. They train us to tolerate a hard night out.
Yeah? Then come on, impress me. You're more fun than you look, Agent, but I'm still a better dancer. Keep this up, maybe things will work out after all. So here's the deal. I've been working through the list of guys and gals who might come after me. Ex-partners, hookups, the usual. I think I know everyone who's a problem. We hit them first, we clean house, I'm home free. Ready to go?
I assume you put together a strategy.
Gotta keep busy somehow while you're lining up sniper shots. There's 4 targets. Rholl, my pirate, Yjal the arms dealer, Tigal the card shark, and that bounty hunter who's following along. I've got locations, so all we need to do is show up and start shooting.
That'll work. Let's get started, shall we?
Flip a coin, see who we blast first. Hey, Rholl. How's the arm?
How do you break a Wookiee's arm?
Come on, look tough. I wanted a bigger cut. You said no. We raided ships for a living. What did you think would happen? Forget that. Anyway, I've got a friend this time. Wait till you see her work.
I wasn't expecting a pirate to be so sentimental.
Oh, don't get him started. Here's where my arms dealer buddy hangs out. Follow my lead. Hey, Flunky, where's Yjal?
I'll let him know you're here.
Kaliyo Djannis, as I live and breathe. I didn't expect to find you at my shop.
No one else has got what you've got.
So very true. Tell me, have you brought my money so I can quit paying my thugs to harass you?
Don't forget your manners.
Yjal, this is my new partner.
My sympathies to you, stranger.
Yjal and I met when he was selling vibro round hard ammo to Uridonian mercs. Spotted each other's markings across the room.
We started working together, then it soured. Kaliyo decided, after nearly a year of supplying me with product, to play a little shell game. I lost a considerable sum and nearly went to prison.
I told you to put trackers on those cannons.
I'm a businessman and I like her, so I'll call off my dogs if she recoups my losses. Otherwise, I can't leave her so pretty.
How would you like to run your business while on the Empire's blacklist?
It doesn't appeal. On the other hand, I've done deals with powerful people in my time. I'm sure some would look the other way. Kill them both, please.
So this card player, just need to get his people off my back.
Tell the Hutt I always appreciate a fan, but I don't need anyone to stake me.
Hello, Ta. Look who you found.
Kaliyo? Kaliyo, it's fantastic to see you. Who's your friend?
I work with her, and she wanted me here for this.
Of course, I understand.
You want to tell me what you were thinking looking for me? Hiring investigators? Bribing dock managers?
I just wanted to find you.
You're messing with my life. A lot of people want me dead, and if you find me, a lot of other people find me too.
I didn't think I wanted you back with me. I want to share the penthouse again, and the money, and... I want you not to leave.
How long were you two a couple?
5 months. We met after a sabacc tournament. She, conned me out of half the winnings. But she came back. Didn't you?
Yeah, and look where it got me.
Why'd you leave, Kaliyo?
You're not asking the questions. You listen good, you worm. I'm not going to let you ruin me.
So you'll kill me instead, for not giving up on you?
Kaliyo made her decision. Now you're only hurting her. And yourself.
I tried to keep her safe. I'm sorry.
Of course you're sorry. It's why I left you, Ta. You're boring. Let's go. Hope the next target's more interesting. So according to what I got, this is the last place anyone saw our bounty hunter. The Menace. Loser wants a piece of me just because everyone else does. We'll show him what it's like to be hunted.
How do you want to handle this one?
We hang around until someone comes home, or until we get bored. Keep your gun out. Think we got something.
Kaliyo, you haven't changed.
Do I know you?
You should.
Ona Querit, the woman you left on Elysia, remember?
No way. You're kidding.
Let me guess. You also have a personal vendetta here.
She's Senator Querit's daughter. Rich brat. I showed her how to live.
You seduced me into leaving my father, leaving Coruscant.
You got to see new places, hang with the Black Sun. Her dad didn't even cut off her accounts.
He thought I'd been kidnapped. When you disappeared, I cried for a month. I couldn't go home. But on Alderaan, they taught me how to duel, so I became this.
You can't tell me you were expecting this.
I've got to say, Ona, I didn't think you had it in you.
Now you know. Put down your weapons and surrender. I'm taking you, dead or alive.
Obsessing about vengeance is pointless. You wanted to prove yourself to Kaliyo, and you have. Now let this go.
You can always change your mind. Track me down later.
Get out of here.
That was fantastic. I can't believe she's still alive. Come on. That's the last of the list, so we need to celebrate. Let's go down that list again. Rholl, check. Yjal, check. Tigal, check. The Menace, check. You and me, Agent, we are freaking queens of the galaxy.
You've had some interesting relationships.
Kind of fun seeing everyone again. Still can't believe Ono's working as a bounty hunter. She'll go far. And without Rholl, the Rim is going to be fair game for new pirates. Opportunity for everyone.
I notice you aren't mentioning Tigal.
What's to mention? He'll be fine. Won't look for me again. Forget those losers. Forget Intelligence if you want. You and me have got a future.
Partners till the bitter end? Or is the day coming when I'm the one hunted down?
If I knew, I'd tell you. That's part of the fun, though, right? I liked my time with those guys, and I like my time here. Wouldn't have it any other way. So, thanks. Hey, I'm worried your shooting's a little off. All that tech stuff weighing you down. We ever go blasters only, your kill count won't look good next to mine.
I'm going to assume that's your natural good cheer.
You assume right. No one hunting me down, no exes mooning over me. Last time I cleaned house, I was playing anarchist on Brental. Feels good to be free again.
That's not the first time you've talked about Brental. What did you do there?
The whole anarchy, freedom, destruction thing. Politics and bombs. The naivete of youth. Of course, now I've matured. I need to figure out a plan. I could go after a big score, try something other than spy games. You could come with me.
You want to leave this life and seek fame and fortune together?
Why not? You can't do this forever, and you and me can see the stars. Doing something. Getting into trouble. Haven't worked it out past that, but I'll let you know. So, here's what I figure. Every morning you get up, you exercise, you check your gear, you do your thing to prep. You've got flowcharts tattooed on your eyelids. Me, I'm lucky when I don't crawl out of bed drooling on the floor. How is it I keep up with you? Am I just that good, or does dirty fighting beat training after all?
I'd never argue your skills aren't impressive.
Admit it. We're a good team. You with the gimmicks and me with the rough stuff. We're not tripping over each other anymore. Took a while, but you and me, we're a synced-up death machine.
Teamwork goes a long way. Imagine if we actually practiced together.
I don't need to get that good. You want to go arms shopping together, though? Let me know.
Hello, Kaliyo. What's going on?
Hey. So I've been thinking, with all the stuff I've told you about my past, we ever talk about the Brental anarchists?
The stuff you've told me is mostly lies. But no, we haven't.
Come on, you met my exes. I told you half lies, but they were for real. Anyway, been thinking about the Revolutionary Edge Brigade. Cell was me and probably a dozen other guys. We blew up hollow relays, robbed banks, kidnapped politicos and corporate honchos. Did a lot of damage.
You never struck me as especially political. Why'd you join the anarchists?
Kind of an accident. I started with the local gangs. Someone saw my potential. I wasn't really in it for the philosophy. Even so, there's times I look at who we work for now and, well, I never thought I'd end up helping a bunch of dictators, you know?
Dreams can be very different from reality.
Hey, you probably got it worse than me. Thing is, I'm actually pretty content. I've got money, company's decent. Even your squad's growing on me. Hypocrisy's a funny thing. See you around, Agent.
I hope I'm not prying. I overheard a bit of your conversation and couldn't help but wonder, have you noticed anything unusual about Kaliyo's behavior lately?
Less griping, more cheer. Other than that, no.
Interesting. I hadn't spotted that. However, I've noticed some encoded messages broadcast to and from the ship. Kaliyo has access to the relay, and I'm trying to assess all possibilities.
Why are you monitoring our communications traffic?
I find intellectual stimulation where I can, certainly. I'll make an effort to show greater respect for privacy. In the meantime, you can be sure I'll alert you if anything else crosses my eye.
Look, I'm sorry to dump this on you, but you're gonna need to live without me for a little while. It'll be quick, but I need time off to wrap up some personal things.
It's a little sudden, isn't it? What's going on?
Nothing big, just some private stuff.
And I was worried I'd miss your departure. Kaliyo, we've had our differences, but I wanted to wish you the best of luck. I'm sure the Wheezer and his revolutionary Edge Brigade will be delighted to have you back.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm surprised that you would permit this, though. Letting Kaliyo see her old anarchist friends must violate any number of Imperial regulations.
Clearly, I haven't been filled in.
I've traced encoded messages sent from this ship to the leader of the Brental anarchists.
Look, it's not what you think. The Wheezer got in touch, said he needed help. Didn't say why, but I figure security's cracking down on the cell again.
This man leads your old anarchist group.
He's one of the guys who started it. He taught me everything.
He's hit mostly corporate targets, but Imperial assets seem fair game for the REB as well. Just less convenient.
The Wheezer was good to me, so I thought I'd lend a hand. Figured telling you would make trouble, get someone killed. If you don't trust me, come back with me and watch my back. We'll buy him off somehow. Might actually survive that way.
I can make contact myself. Or go through the Citadel.
He doesn't want your help, and he doesn't trust you. It has to be me.
She may have a point. And if the Wheezer is expecting her, he's a problem that must be addressed.
I suppose I've met everyone else you worked with. What's one more?
I'll get in touch with him. One call to set up the meeting.
I'll leave you to your work.
We're all set. The Wheezer will meet us at the Hutta spaceport. Just try to make this go without a fight. I don't need to lose either of you. Remember, we're not here to make trouble. You start something, I get unhappy.
Kaliyo, of all the gifts you've sent to me, this is truly the finest. An agent of Imperial Intelligence. How marvelous.
And you're just another murderer who justifies himself with politics.
Aren't we all?
Whoa, tone it down, both of you.
Have you not told her? Kaliyo has been selling information to the Revolutionary Edge Brigade ever since she joined the Empire.
What are you doing?
Imperial security data, spaceport blueprints, the names of powerful people, useful things. But now, she's gone beyond the call of duty.
You've been selling our secrets to anarchists.
It's not how he makes it sound. This wasn't what we agreed.
Why bother keeping it private when your associate dies anyway? She's more useful dead than alive. Her hands and eyes can get us through biometric security scans.
This isn't a harvest job.
Then I apologize for misreading our agreement, but this is too promising an opportunity to pass up.
I forged the eagle in his nest. As terrorists go, you're barely worth a footnote.
Damn it, Agent!
mercy.
Looking look good.
I'm disappointed with you, Kaliyo. You were never a believer, but siding with the Empire?
I didn't want to pick a side. So yeah, I sold him a few secrets. He paid better than you do, and it's not like I got you in trouble.
Why did you pick a side?
He promised he'd keep our deal quiet. If you lied to me, you'd be the one dead. But look, you don't need to worry. I didn't talk about the missions. I'm not stupid. He was into bombing spaceports and raiding transports, not espionage and conspiracies.
No real harm done. And the Weasel won't be a threat from now on. What say we put this behind us?
Are you serious? If I thought you'd be that way about it, I would have offered you a cut.
We've worked together a long time now. I knew what to expect.
I kinda like hearing that. Come on, let's go home. Blast it. You know what today is? Today is the day I've worked with you longer than any of my exes.
You make it sound like a prison sentence.
Aside from no stun cuffs, yeah, pretty much. Normally at this point I'd skip out and go con someone new. But you've got me so freaking out of practice it's not worth the bother. So I'll make you a deal. I'll stick with you, you keep me comfortable. I can live with this setup.
You're far too pleased with yourself to go anywhere.
Don't test me on that. Tell you what, I'll make it easier to live with. I've given up teaching you anything, but we ever get someone new, I'll show them the ancient blood traditions of rat attack, and maybe how to down a Rhodian ale without puking.